Today I'm using my new Rode microphone, so tell me if you notice any difference in my recording. I'm hoping it helps a little bit. I had another microphone before, but it just made too many clanking sounds, so hopefully this will be a little bit better. So today we thought we'd take you along with us to Apollo Beach, and we're going to look at 3 houses. This first one ran out of colored ink, so that's why you got black and white. It's $234,900, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1960 square feet, and built in 2004.
At the end of the street, turn left.
So I noticed there's a lot of new communities here as well in Apollo Beach. But today I'm looking at homes that are a little bit older, not much. 2004 is this first one. We came to Apollo Beach today since one of our viewers mentioned it, and I see that the Manatees like to come down here, so if we're lucky, we'll get a glimpse of a manatee today, but if not, that's okay. We're exploring an area that we haven't been to yet. Since we can't come into this particular area, it's gated. I'm just going to show you the surrounding area. It's very pretty, as you can see. I'll show you on the internet if I get time to do that. I would like to show you. So you can see there's a lot of land for a lot more building around this area, and there's a lot of new plazas as far as stores go. So again, always take a ride if you're looking for a home to make sure it's a community that you would like. So pretty much it's growing leaps and bounds everywhere. Next house we're going to see, if we can get in to the community, if there is one, is $224,000, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1,965 square feet, built in 2004. This neighborhood is called Covington Park. Actually, this says Devon, D-E-V-O-N, so this is the neighborhood.
At the end of the street, turn left.
Well, this is a nice little neighborhood. It's been here for a few years. Houses are pretty close together, but if you don't mind, there's a different type of neighborhood for different types of people. So whatever you like, I'm sure you're bound to find it if you are looking for something special for yourself. It looks like a safe neighborhood for families. We saw little bikes and garages, so it's definitely children here. There's a house for sale right in front of us. I don't know if that's it or not. Nope, that's not it, but that is another house for sale. That's a nice house. Here's the house that's for sale, but that's the house. It says newly remodeled. It's hard to see the sign with the light, but there's the phone number. It looks nice. Looked nice inside when I checked it out online. And the last house we're going to take a look, if we can get in the community, is 6545 Simone Shore Circle, Apollo Beach. 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. That's a lot of bathrooms. 2,026 square feet and built in 2007. So let's go take a look. Rick and I were saying the only problem with houses that are so close, and I don't even mean just close next to each other. I can understand that if you're in a city or they're trying to save space. But the problem is when you have a really short driveway and the road is very narrow that you live on, and your neighbor across the street is really close. So what do you do if you have company and they bring their cars and you can only fit 2 cars in your driveway, maybe 3 or 4 tiny ones? What do you do? Even if you're allowed to park on the street, then the road is so narrow it's hard to get back and forth. And if you have a boat or an RV, it's definitely not going to work out for you. Now, for some of you, you don't have company coming over and you only have one or two cars, and you can, be fine with a smaller street, smaller space, smaller driveway. But that's what you have to think about when looking for houses. What's going to fit your lifestyle? We all have different lifestyles. Some of us like to entertain, so maybe you want a bigger kitchen. Others don't entertain and don't cook, so you don't need a big kitchen. So here we are. This is a nice little neighborhood. I like these.
Turn right on Simone Shores Circle.
These are 20 to 30,000 more than the last house we showed you. Pretty similar, all of them, but I like these. These are very nice. They look pretty roomy. So what do you folks think about these particular houses? They're pretty nice. And they're block. I'm wondering if the second story is also block. I do highly recommend block, being that you are in Florida, and we do have hurricanes on occasion. This is the house that's for sale. It has an upstairs balcony, which is very nice. The front door is over here. And you got your garage. That's about it. A nice mailbox too. Here's the side. It's on a corner lot, so you don't have a neighbor on one side of you. Looks like it's block up there, but it's hard to say. Oh look, another balcony on the back side. Very cool. So we're here at Apollo Beach at the power station, and we wanted to show you some manatees. The ones I showed you are kind of just like the back humps of them, so I didn't get a very good view. I wanted to go on the 1 mile walk. So if you do come, be here before 4 o'clock because they close the trail at 4. I did not know that. They close later. So they have, I think it was Stingray that you can see at the main entrance. But plan on bringing your own water, and there's no bathrooms on that 1 mile trail, but there are some bathrooms here where the concessions are, and those are closed. So just some things to think about if you're gonna come out here to see the manatees. There is an online camera, so you can watch it from home. So if you do come here, it's kind of hard to find parking. We were lucky, somebody was leaving, but we really didn't get to see what we wanted to see, but that's how it is sometimes. Tricky when driving around trying to show you some houses when I look ahead on the internet, because I don't know if they are in a community, and even if I do, I don't know if the gates are going to be closed or open. But this is the one house I could not go into because the gates were closed. And I just wanted to show you what it looked like on the inside. Go to Zillow or Realtor or Trulia, whatever website you prefer. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,960 square feet. So let me scroll down and just show you this is a 2004. And I always like to show you the price. $234. It was sold September 27th for $216. And if you click tax history, you have an idea how much the taxes are, about $5,000 a year. And let's click on some pictures here and see. It's pretty outside. I like the brick pavers. That's really pretty. Doors pretty. I'm not a fan of carpeting, as I told you in my last video, because of the sand here in Florida. It does get into the house, but some of you might like carpeting, so that's all an individual preference. This kitchen looks pretty big. I just think it's a little strange, this piece of wood here. You've got tile, you got carpeting, and then you have a little bit of wood. So maybe, I know they probably did it for the chairs that they would put here, but maybe they ran out of carpeting or tile. I don't know. Now, let me go back here. You see this? I think that's for electricity, so you don't have to drag your cords all the way across the room to plug in your lamp or whatever it is you want to put there. So that's really nice. I do like the fans. Those are nice. It's definitely something you should have when you're living in Florida, are fans. They really help out even with air conditioning. It seems to be a very nice place. Nice. Oh, that's a nice size patio to hang out. So there you go. That's that one I could not drive to. And then I have this one that I drove past with you today. It was the one on Simone Shores. 3 bedrooms, 4 bath. Nice size, 2,026 square feet, $264,000, built in 2007. I think in the last video I showed you more of brand new homes, 2018. So I was just looking for homes that were, a little bit older. Maybe my next video I will try to look at even older homes, just so you have an idea of what you can get. Of course, it's different for every neighborhood. This is Apollo Beach, as I mentioned. I really like this particular home. I like the idea of having a balcony on the second story. I'm not sure how often people would sit out there looking at your neighbors, but it's a nice idea. So that's all open. I know it's just a personal thing, but I kind of personally like just one type of flooring. If it's an open concept, like all tile or all wood or all carpeting, whatever it is that one is going to do. I do like this, but it just seems like it cuts things off, and I don't like these kind of trims. But, if it's already in the house and it's new, no sense in ripping it all up. There's your kitchen. I personally, again, don't like this type of tub because I find it difficult. Of course, I'm over 50 and with back issues, and I think some of you who are older might agree with me. It's very easy to slip and fall in this type of a bathtub. I don't mind those old-fashioned looking tubs where you can just jump in, but when they have this built around it, you're kind of like stretching out. This one's not too bad compared to some of them I've seen where it's like a whole foot and you got to drag your leg and hope to God you don't slip and do the splits in the tub. So I'm not a fan of this. And I think if you are wanting to only spend a certain amount of money and you want to use up the amount of square feet very efficiently, this is a lot of space that could have gone into the living room or kitchen, because I prefer just having a shower stall, and if one would want a tub with a shower in it, because that's just a lot of space. I prefer to have this space. Again, this is just me personally. I prefer to have it, say, in my kitchen. That's a nice closet. It's already, with the drawers, everything you need. I don't have a whole lot of clothes just because I've downsized and decluttered. I could live out of my travel bag, my carry-on bag, after we downsized, after we sold our house. If I moved into this house, I wouldn't have anything to put in it. But I like to look. I look at houses just for fun, just about every day. Every night I look and see what's new, how much houses are, how much are coming down, where the houses might cost more. I'm not sure if that's walking distance from this place or not, or if that's just Apollo Beach. I'm not sure because we didn't actually drive to a beach. And now let's go to the last house that I showed you. Because this one was the lower one, 1,965 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. That's, for a whole family, or if you have guests who you would like to stay with you. Maybe they live up north and you move down here and you want your parents or kids or grandkids to stay with you. 2004. So keep in mind, in Florida, air conditioners do not last as long as they do up north. They last like 10 to 15 years. If you're lucky, like the one we had on our house lasted 20 years, and they usually don't last that long. But sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. But 10 to 15 years is more of the average, believe it or not. And they're very expensive. They're definitely different type of air conditioners, at least from what we had back in Ohio. So here we go. Open concept. That looks like a big enough kitchen. That's nice. Our kitchen in Northport was more of a square, something like this. But it was not an open concept. It was open to the dining room area, but not to the living room. So let's check this bathtub. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of crawling into there. You younger folks might not think it's a big deal, but yeah, I just picture myself doing the splits. Not something I want to do. And the space. I'd rather use the space elsewhere. And I've had Formica in the past, and now that we're in this apartment that we're at right now, and it has granite, I'm a fan of granite. It's so easy to clean. If we ever buy another house, I say I'm not going to buy a house now, but as I'm looking, I'm like, oh, maybe this one or that one. But I think housing prices are definitely going to come down. Well, what do I know? But it looks like they're going to be coming down. I see houses are being cut by $5,000, $10,000 in the last month. It looks to me like it's slowing down, but at the same time, I see new houses being built. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's still, wow, that's a nice garage. I like when they paint the ground there. See how the air conditioning unit is in the garage like that? Well, you got it outside. This is just the, I forget what they call that, but that's how we had it in our house in Northport, and that's not how it was back in Ohio. It was different. And it's nice that there's a fence here. Again, if you ever do put a fence in, I highly recommend vinyl over wood. And so there's this lake or pond. You have to be careful in Florida. And you know I love Florida. But if it rains long enough, or you don't even need a hurricane. If it rains and just stays over in an area, you could flood. All this could flood up into these houses. Yeah, I don't know for sure how high they are, but I'd be a little concerned about flooding. I like our house back in Northport was built up on land. These do not look like they are, but maybe they did something so they can drain the water away from the homes. Something I don't know about. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to show you the inside of those particular houses. Next video, I may show you something around Tampa or St. Petersburg, and maybe look at more affordable houses, older homes, for those of you who want to spend less or need to spend less, and maybe you just want to fix it up as you go on your own. You could fix up the floor, 1 year and do the roof the next year, and so on. That's kind of what we did with our house that we had before. We did a little bit as we went, and it turned out very nice. So the search continues for houses, not just for us, but hopefully for those of you who are moving to Florida or are here and you just, want to have a little fun looking at houses. I'll hopefully be doing more videos like this in different types of neighborhoods surrounding the Tampa Bay area. I don't want to drive out too far, but wherever I go, I'll try to take a look at a few houses, take a look at the neighborhoods, and see what we all think. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up. Please share. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, don't forget to live a passionate life.